The M1 Macbook is currently selling on a great deal, so this is the right time to buy basically any laptop. As you can see, you can get 7,000 instant cashback, so that can get you for about 77k, which is not even possible with Apple students or education plan as well. But is it worth buying it, or should you consider buying other laptops around this price range? We'll discuss all of that. I've been using this for almost a year now, so I'll talk about all the pros and cons and some issues that I've come across. So if you're new to the channel, subscribe, also like this video guys. Let's begin. So currently this is running on the latest macOS Monterey, which is recently launched. I was pleasantly surprised that they have added the spatial audio on this M1 Mac, which I wasn't really expecting, which is great apart from other improvements. I made a video on this, you can check it out. But talking about the hardware itself, one of the main reasons why MacBooks are expensive is because the build quality is pretty good. They don't really use a plastic, it's all aluminum. And it feels really premium, well built, very hard to find in the Windows counterparts. I mean, there are a few options available, I'll drop recommendations, but even they come with a hefty price tag. But be it the design, the compact form factor, and particularly the power that the M1 has is just outstanding. But it's not without its flaws. I mean, if you talk about the keyboard here, the keyboard actually held up pretty well, but this one particular key has an issue. I mean, I need to press it a little harder. Now this is a minor issue, but I wasn't expecting it. In fact, my older 2017 MacBook aged pretty well compared to this one, so it's a minor issue, but just wanted to point that out. Now this one has no fan, so I was worried about the thermals, particularly in the summers, but I can happily say that during even hot summers, even with some heavy workflow, it did not exhibit any major issues. On my older MacBook, with a couple of hours of editing with voiceover, the fan would kick in and make a lot of noise that I had to stop the voice recordings and take it near the AC to cool it down. I had to repeat this multiple times, which was really annoying. Now this one also got noticeably hot, but not to the extent that it would affect my workflow. I could easily continue my workflow. Also, the throttling helps it cool it down, but also dips the performance by about 20% roughly, which has not been an issue for me personally. Now speaking of performance itself, I do not have a heavy workflow, but it consists of editing a video while some tabs open in browser and something streaming in the background, stuff like that, and it can easily handle all of that without any issue. Even while I'm exporting the video, which is very intensive, I still manage to edit the thumbnail at the same time. So I would say for most people this is more than enough looking at this price range. But one major issue I have on my unit is, as you can probably see here, the dark spots. This is also known as the FlexGate issue. I made a video on this, you can check it out. This problem develops over time when you're opening and closing the lid. Eventually it could be quality control issues on some units, but I'm yet to visit the service center this week probably, and I'll try and update you on this, so definitely stay tuned to the channel. But apart from this, the display itself is really good, great for content consumption and also doing stuff like photo or video editing and color correction and stuff like that, so really good. The battery life is also a strong point on this one, and even after almost a year of usage, the battery health is about 95%, which is pretty good. And also the charging cycles are about 165. I usually charge this every other day and it easily lasts about 10 hours over that, even with some moderately heavy usage, which is pretty good. But another big downside is it still does not have the boot camp support for Windows, which I enjoyed a lot on my older Intel MacBook, but I highly doubt this would come on these M1 MacBooks, so let's hope for the best. Another downside is the compromise that you have to make in terms of ports. No HDMI, no micro SD card slot, not even USB-A port, so you have to live with that dongle life. But despite all these downsides, I would say this is still the best around this price in terms of the performance, the battery and the build quality, so definitely recommend this. I'll drop links in the description, you can check it out, it does help the channel. Also like this video guys, subscribe, thanks for watching, I'll see you soon.